Yo guys, what's up? Sleepio here. Today I have my updated one-shot build for you, and I'm a little bit hyped for that actually because I didn't think I can still make one in this update since they nerfed the Model 700 quite hard. In the patch notes it said 15% base damage nerf on the Model 700, but I am 100% sure that they added some extra modifiers for snipers for PvP and I think for PvE as well. The damage I did before with that build, with that exact same build, now it's even better. It's way better than before. I will explain what exactly I changed with that build though. But the numbers I did before and I do now, or I did do with that build, they don't add up. There's no way that is 15% nerf. There has to be some extra modifiers for PvP or snipers in general. I don't know what's going on there, but I can still one-shot, but I have a pretty min-max build now. So it is really, really hard to one-shot now. But yeah, as always, I will go over the specialization first. So, since I'm running a sniper build, I will obviously run the sharpshooter. First of all, it has a digital scope, which will sometimes be important for that build, at least in a normalized Dark Zone, but I will explain that as well. But you also get the 25% increased headshot damage and the reload speed, which is both super important for the Model 700, because Model 700 reloads the bullets one by one. And yeah, headshot damage for snipers, obviously that's good, right? So yeah, that's the specialization I'm using, and you shouldn't use anything else with a sniper build. So that is the build. Yes, I'm running 2 gear sets, and that's confusing, right? But I will explain that in a second. So first to the guns. I'm still running a Model 700, as I said, just with a 500 gear score now. The base damage roll is pretty bad, I think. That base damage is actually not correct right now because I just tested something with Optimist. So that is the real base damage. And as you can see, a hunting M44 that I have, which has less base damage than the Model 700, it has a lot more. It has like 14k more base damage right now than my Model 700. So that roll could be like, I don't know, I would say like 160 max. So that roll is pretty bad, I think, if even a hunting M44 is that much higher. Because yeah, Model 700 still has the highest base damage out of all the snipers. So if that one is so much higher, then you know this one is a bad roll. But anyways, it's still one-shots. As talents, I'm running Optimist. Weapon damage is increased by 3% for every 10% ammo missing from the magazine. So this is a little bit like Provident in Division 1, in patch 1.4 and 1.5, where the last shot of your magazine gave you 60% extra weapon damage. Right here, it's just 27% extra weapon damage for the last bullet. So, how I would play it, or how I will play it most of the time, is just empty the magazine to just one bullet, and yeah, then just kill somebody, reload one bullet, and then bash to cancel the reload animation, and yeah, then shoot again and repeat. Obviously, that is a lot harder to do than just running it with 7 bullets, so you can obviously miss a lot more. But yeah, that's how you have to play it now, to one-shot still. And I like it because it requires more skill, obviously. If you miss your shot, you have to reload at least one bullet. And even though I stack some reload speed, if you miss a shot, you will most likely be dead anyways. So I really like what they did here. I don't like that they added the sniper modifier out and didn't tell anybody. So I don't know what that is about, but sure, whatever. And yeah, as passive, I have Jazz Hands. That's 10% reload speed. That's obviously also really good for the Model 700. As I said, it reloads bullets one by one. So yeah, Jazz Hands, pretty good. As secondary, I have a SVD. And yeah, it also has Optimist. And the talent is accurate right here. I don't know. I don't want accurate. I want optimized, because optimized gives you, I think it gives you even more accuracy than the talent accurate, because there is some kind of bug. So I don't want to explain why exactly that is, but just believe me on that one. Optimized gives you more accuracy than the actual accurate talent. So yeah, just no comment on that. So accurate is not the best in slot here. You either want, I don't know, rate of fire or optimized. One of those, I guess. But yeah, also Optimist, because it's a pretty good sniper talent. Obviously, you don't have much ammo, so yeah, going on low ammo, you will just do a lot of damage. So this is my extremely close range weapon. And yes, it's a sniper. but I will just hipfire it, and that's why I modded it with headshot damage scope. So I will not use that scope at all, I will just go close to enemies and hipfire them. This gun 2 shots to the head in occupied, and I think it 2 or 3 shots, like it 3 shots tanky players in a normalized Dark Zone or skirmish, but it 2 shots most of the players to the head if you just go close and hipfire, right? Or even if you aim in it. It's no difference, you get the 45 headshot damage anyways. So that's pretty strong, especially against SMG builds. If they have a drone though, and the bullets get blocked, then yeah, that's quite annoying. But there is no real counter to the drone because it's RNG how many bullets it blocks. So I still think the SVD is one of the best counters to the drone, because it hits so hard and it has that potential to 2-shot them when you just hipfire them close range. So yeah, that's why I run that as secondary. Then I have the Marksman mag, plus 5 rounds. You can't get that mag from any side mission or secret side mission or control point. I got that one from a weekly project, so it's just random if you get it or not. It's just RNG. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, then I have just accuracy under barrel because why not, and stability on the muzzle because that thing kicks a little bit. But yeah, that's my sidearm, and now to the actual gear. So as mask, I'm running a true Patriot, and the reason for that is the 2-piece, the damage to armor. As you maybe know, the damage to armor, it doesn't work in PvE, but in PvP it is a different story. So it is multiplicative on top of all your damage you have. That makes it the strongest damage talent in the game. And it's a must-have for every damage build I will make in the future, as long as they don't fix that. I don't know if it's intended even. Like, 10% flat damage, basically. It's, yeah. I don't know what to say to that, really. It's like, if you don't play the 2-piece of that, then you do something wrong with basically every PvP build that's based around just weapon damage. The problem with True Patriot, though, is that it always rolls one offensive attribute. On the mask, you will always have either damage to elites or crit chance. In my case, it's damage to elites, but it doesn't matter since it's a sniper build, I don't rely on crits. Then a second roll, you want healthier, the highest health you can get. I guess I'd show the knee pads after, so they are also True Patriot, and they also have an offensive slot here. And they also have an offensive attribute here, so the crit chance, as I said, completely useless. I would like to have health here, but I haven't gotten any True Patriot pieces with health and crit chance here, so I don't know, maybe it only rolls one offensive attribute here, which kinda sucks, but hey, that damage you get here is a lot better than running Free Providence, and I actually tested it, I compared it, and yeah, doing it that way is way better than running the 3-piece Providence. My chest, fucking god roll, alright? There's 12.5% weapon damage, health, and armor. The only chest that could be better is just weapon damage and headshot damage, and no armor and health. But that way I'm also quite tanky for a one-shot build. Like nearly 200k armor and 70k health. That's pretty tanky for a one-shot build, I would say. As then as I sadly have the destructive, I would really want hardened here. But yeah, I had to reroll the weapon damage here, so whatever, I'm trying to get a better one, but those are really hard to get. So you either want a Providence or Alps Summit, because they rolled with really high weapon damage or headshot damage. So as mods, I have an offensive mod slot and a defensive one. Obviously I can't use the offensive one, since I can't go over 5 offensive stats, because Optimist has the requirement of 5 or less offensive stats. So yeah, I can only use the defensive one, and that is just health. On the holster, or the holster is a Araldi Holdings, I have a 3-piece of that, and yeah, that's kind of obvious because it's a sniper set, so the marksman rifle damage and headshot damage is essential to the build. As attributes here, I have just a fat health roll, and that's the best attribute you can go for here. Araldi holster is, in my opinion, one of the best holsters because it rolls with the highest health, and it also has a passive talent, so I can get devastating here, which is another 5% weapon damage. But yeah, just the health roll is pretty insane here, so that's what you want to go for on the holster. That's basically a god roll. Sadly, it also has an offensive protocol mod slot, which I can't use. Then the backpack is also Araldi. It's also basically a god roll. It has weapon damage and health, and then hardened. Can't ask for more really. You could maybe get safeguard here if you're really lucky, but yeah, it's whatever. I don't have it, so it's a really good backpick anyway, so I'm fine with not having a safeguard here. Then as mod slot, it has a utility protocol mod slot. I just put skill power in here because that's the only one I have right now. So I don't know, just put something in here that's maybe useful, more useful than that. Then the gloves, they are also heraldic holdings, and they just have marksman rifle damage. They are not god roll because they are heraldic gloves that have a really high damage attribute, and then also a passive talent. For example, devastating, like those. They are 10% AR damage and they have devastating, so it's basically 15% damage. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for at the moment. I just want heraldic gloves with marksman rifle damage and then devastating. But they are really hard to get, I have to say. I think I never got them in this game so far. Otherwise, I would have not deconstructed them, even if they were World Tier 2 or something, because the damage rolls, they don't differ too much from the World Tiers. That's the last thing I could do to improve the build right now, I think. And yeah, that's all the pieces. I think I explained pretty good what the build is about, what you have to do to be able to one-shot still. And yeah, as I said, it's quite a lot harder compared to what it was before, where you just had to get the 3-piece heraldic and the Model 700. Now you actually have to spec a lot into sniper damage and raw weapon damage overall. But yeah, as you can see, you can still be quite tanky if you have the right pieces, if you are lucky, if you get the god rolls. So quickly over my stats. With that gun, as I said, 140k base weapon damage. The damage to the armor damage is not calculated in though, it's only in the sheet here. I will add some clips of me one-shotting people in the normalized, with scope, without the scope, with optimist and without optimist. So with 1 bullet and then with 7 bullets. Unfortunately, you can't one-shot players in the normalized anymore if they are tanky. So my friend that I was trying to one-shot, he has 225k armor in unnormalized and then 50k health. So basically 275k armor and health together, unnormalized. I don't know how much that exactly is in normalized, but it's a decent build. It's not the tankiest you can go, but it's alright, it's tanky enough. And yeah, I can't one-shot it, not even with the scope. So yeah, you can't one-shot everybody in the normalized, sadly. But it is how it is. In the occupied, on the other hand, it is a little bit different. So I can even one-shot without the full optimist buff up. With optimist up, so with just 1 bullet left and without a scope, I do 300k, basically exactly 300k. With a scope, I then do 350k. And with all the 7 bullets in the magazine, so no optimist buff at all, I can't one-shot, but it's close. So yeah, if I just go down to 1 bullet, then yeah, I'm able to one-shot again, even without a scope. And that's what I want to achieve, right? That build is, I guess, mainly for occupied, because, as I said, I don't know what modifier they put on snipers, but they are extremely nerfed. So yeah, back to the stats. 5-second reload time, 40% reload bonus. Obviously the 5-second reload time here, they are not accurate, because that's for reloading from 0 bullets to all 7. And if you reload them one by one, that obviously takes some time. But yeah, the 5 seconds are not accurate for me, at least. Because I will never reload from 0 bullets to 7. Then, yeah, as you can see here, 31k all weapon damage and 22k. Then as you can see here, 31% all weapon damage bonus and 22% marksman rifle damage bonus. That's 53% overall more damage. And on top of that, you get the 10% armor damage, which is multiplicative on all the damage bonuses you have. That's why this build hits so hard. And as I said, with the 3-piece Providence, sure, I can still one-shot with that. But if you want to go for the highest damage possible, then you have to go for the 2-piece True Patriot and just get the damage to armor. But there's still the mods, right? So as you maybe know, there is the low-level generic mods. And they can actually have damage to armor. I don't know how much, but I would assume up to 5%. So just imagine that build with 2 or 3 extra mods that give me another 10 or 15% damage to armor. And yeah, then I don't even need a scope in normalized anymore, because those mods are insane. Damage to armor is insane right now. So my skills with this build are first the Defender drone, if you want to be a little bit cheesy. If you don't want to play that, and I probably won't, then just go for the Booster Hive. Booster Hive is probably the third best skill in the game, right after the Defender Hive, the Chem Launcher heal. So yeah, Booster Hive or Defender drone, and then yeah, as main heal, as in all my builds, just the Chem Launcher Reinforcer mod. Because, yeah, well, it's better than armor kits, why wouldn't you run it, right? So yeah, that's my skills, pretty standard as always. But that's the only viable skills besides the paper plane, so I don't know, just play those. But yeah, that's basically it. That's the build. I will not add gameplay in the end of that because it just made a pretty time-consuming one-shot montage. If you want to see that, then a link is in the description. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want to support me. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next video, guys. Bye.